Hello, my name is Mike Merenda, and today I'm going to talk to you about the right ways to use presentation tools. When presenting to an audience, it is sometimes rather difficult to really pull the audience's concentration towards your topic. A great way to do this is the use of different presentation tools and visual aids. A presentation tool is something used to create a sequence of text or graphics to accompany a presentation. Two forms of presentation tools would be a digital form, such as PowerPoint, and a non-digital form, such as whiteboard or handouts. The first presentation tool I would like to talk about is PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a great tool because it allows the speaker and audience to both have the outline of the key points while the speaker presents his or her topic. This keeps a good flow throughout the presentation, keeping the audience engaged in the topic. PowerPoint also allows the addition of visual aids to a presentation. By using these visual aids, the audience has a way to connect images to the topic that the speaker is presenting. PowerPoints are one of the best forms of presentation. However, if they are not done correctly, you can lose your audience rather quickly. Some certain things to keep in mind while making a PowerPoint is the amount of information on each slide, the pace that you go through each slide, and the color scheme. You want to keep the information on each slide to a minimum. If you have too much information on each slide, it is very hard for the audience to keep up with the presentation. This goes hand in hand with the pace of going through each slide. You do not want to go through the slide too fast because some people may have trouble keeping up. On the other hand, if you go too slow each slide, it will cause a loss of focus from the audience. Lastly, you want to make sure that the font and background colors are not too similar to one another. If these colors are too similar, it may cause problems for the audience and yourself when trying to read the information. Now that I've talked about a digital form of a presentation tool, I will now talk about the non-digital form. A whiteboard is a good tool for a more intimate presentation. One of the reasons it is good to use is that you can have the audience interact with the presentation by having them answer questions or draw something on it to explain an answer or point. Along with the convenience of interaction with your audience, another thing is that you can write on it as you go. This allows the audience to listen to your presentation while they can also read what you're writing. Although whiteboards can really engage an audience, there are some restrictions to using this form of a presentation tool. A whiteboard should only be used for an audience of 30 people or less. The reason for this is because the size of the board is usually restricted, making it hard for a large group of people to be able to see it. Another flaw to whiteboards is handwriting. Handwriting is a big component when presenting on a whiteboard. If your handwriting is not very legible, it will make it very hard for your audience to follow what you are writing and cause them to lose interest. Also, you have to keep in consideration that when writing on the board, you'll be turning your back to the audience. This will make it hard for the audience to hear you. So, always remember to finish speaking before turning your back to the audience to write. I've now talked about both a digital and a non-digital form of a presentation tool. Now that you've learned how to effectively use both types of presentation tools, I encourage you to give the information I've given you to help avoid using ineffective methods in your future presentations, allowing you to both captivate and educate your audience effectively throughout school and beyond. Thank you.